Yeah! One! And BikeROX.
Yeah.
Jared here, 4-time with Myriad.
And Marta.
Yes. We are going to be talking about BikeROX. This is our first annual BikeROX. I'm going to see how many times I can say the word BikeROX in 30 seconds. Just kidding. What is a BikeROX?
BikeROX is a HYROX race, but instead of running 1,000 meters in between each station, you get to bike instead.
What kind of bike?
The Echo Bike.
Rogue
The
Echo
Rogue
Bike.
Echo Bike,
Yes. So we'll talk about the details right now very quickly. So this is on Saturday, January 31st. It is open to the public. It's also available for our members. We have 2 different pricing structures and tiers. We have purposely priced this affordably, lower than we would for any other like HYROX, full-on HYROX competition, for 2 reasons.
Yeah.
One,
Well, it's a more casual race.
Correct.
Right? So it's a friendly competition. We're not going to announce like overall winners. We're not going to have prizes. There's not going to be sponsors. So just in general.
yeah, there's really
more
no
chill.
judges. We're gonna like a couple of us will be walking around teaching people, coaching people, not coaching, but like letting people know like what they should be doing for the movements, helping
Yeah.
people a little bit more than like a strict judging event with prizes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I would also say the second reason why it's priced a little bit more like lower is because we're going to be learning as
Yeah.
well. This is the first time we've ever done a BikeROX. The reason we are doing a BikeROX, a couple reasons there too,
Yes.
is it's winter time and people don't
winter.
want to be outside running. But we also got a lot of feedback from people that, hey, I like HYROX. I like the idea of a HYROX. That seems cool. That seems challenging. But I don't like running. I can't
Yeah.
run due to an injury.
Yeah.
Or are just unsure about it as well. And so I think the bike makes
I
that.
think it feels more approachable for
Yeah.
a lot of people. And we're all aware too, I think that running is you either like enjoy running or people are very opposed to running. Like I will not do that for the reasons you mentioned.
For
so,
sure.
Yeah.
And-
And I think for some people who've already done a regular HYROX, this is even just a different challenge
Oh, yeah.
also.
Yeah, the distance on the bike, we've actually done a lot of experimenting and playing with that as well. So it is 2.75K for guys and 2.5K for females on the bike per round. And that's a pretty good distance. I personally did it and tested it out, and you're looking at like me going really, really fast, like you're probably like 4:05, 4:10, and then me going slow is more like 4:20, 4:30. I will say, just from like somebody who I've done a BikeROX to kind of
Yeah.
test all this, it's a little bit interesting because you can stay more consistent on a bike than you
Oh,
can
interesting.
on a run, if that makes sense.
I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, so my personal, at least this could just be my own fitness. The idea behind a HYROX is compromised running.
Yep.
So like can you continue to run at the same pace after like crushing your legs on lunges, after crushing, your body on a sled push or sled pull? Can you like go back on a run? A lot of times people's runs, just from data perspective, science perspective, their first couple runs are really awesome, and their first half of a HYROX is really fast. It's the second half of a HYROX that historically the research shows people just get absolutely destroyed, which is 100% the case for every time I've done a HYROX. I always get destroyed in
And
the second half.
do you get destroyed from a cardiovascular sense or from your legs feeling exhausted?
All of the above.
All of
The heart rate zones as well.
Yeah.
Like your zones are kind of get thrown way off because you just can't catch your breath towards the back end.
Yeah.
So your runs are always like, they shouldn't be this way, but it progressively gets slower. What's interesting with the BikeROX is like, as long as you keep your cadence, which you're going to see right in front of you, and you keep, what do they call it? Revolutions, RPMs, and you know where you're at, and you kind of generally have a good idea where you're at. Like you can keep your splits within, 10, 20, maybe 30 seconds.
You don't
whereas,
feel like your legs get super fatigued? Like that's what I'm worried about on the bike.
No, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but from when I tested it and when I've tested some of the intervals for that, I've stayed pretty consistent on it. So we'll see what happens. Speaking of the event itself, kind of talk about the flow. talk about that a little bit. So I think we're starting at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I believe that's what we have. And again, this is going to be much more casual than a normal one. So if you've been in one of our prior HYROX races, there's a bunch of emails you get sent ahead of time. There's like a registration table. You have to get there a certain amount of time before. There's a warm-up area. None of that is happening with this one. You can expect an email the week before to tell you what time your heat's going to be at. We still have to run it in heats. Yeah. So the gym will be set up similar to our previous HYROX races, except we'll have a line of the Rogue Echo bikes along the back wall of weightlifting. Yeah. And so you'll still have a heat time, right? Because we got to make sure that there's enough equipment for everybody to get through. But you'll just kind of show up, warm yourself up out of the way of folks in the gym, and then once your heat time comes up, you get started. So you're keeping track of your own time. There's not going to be judges. And we're just here to work with each other and encourage each other on the whole time.
Yeah. Spectators.
Yes. You can. Spectators are welcome to be here exactly like you could for a HYROX event. Again, it's not going to be quite as... I don't know if we'll have it all roped off and everything like we did for the normal race, but spectators can come. So family, friends, any other members who want to come and watch folks, just be cognizant of the space, stay out of the way, more towards the kids area, the lobby, the rig, and cheer people on because that's going to make it a lot more fun too.
Yeah. The way I've been kind of billing it is as it's like a Murph, right? Like it's almost kind of like a class, only it's not like a class because we have to run into heats because of the amount of equipment we have. So it's more of like a really solid training session for people. Maybe in the future we have its own like big competition with prizes and stuff, but for this specific one, it's more of just like come and exercise for 90 minutes or however long it's going to take. One thing to throw out there is you're going to be assigned a bike. I want to make sure everyone knows that as well.
Oh, yes.
Because we only have a certain amount of bikes, so I think we're going to have 15 or 16 bikes out there. On the weightlifting platform, and in your heat, it will say like when you get your information, it will say like you're in heat, say heat 2, athlete 1. There's only going to be, sorry, I gotta sneeze. There's only going to be 2 athletes per heat or 2 teams per heat. That way, you are always going back to the same exact bike. So if you're assigned, and we'll have a whiteboard that says like bike 1 through 15. If you're assigned bike 7, that way you set up your seats. You set up how high the seat is, in and out the seat is, and that way it's set up for you specifically. And then for the entire event, you just go back to yours. Because if you've ever been in a CrossFit class or a group fitness class and have to change your bike seat, and
it's frustrating.
It's very frustrating. So you're gonna have your own bike. With that being said, we can only run a certain amount of teams or a certain amount of heats per hour-ish or per section, I guess you would call it. So we are going to be learning from that as well, because if we had a lot of teams come through, we only have 16 bikes, like we can only designate as many people out on the competition floor as bikes we have.
Yes.
So I want to call that out as well as something that we're going to be working through. If you're in a team or doing a partner team division, you are sharing the same bike. I've been asked that numerous times as well.
And so you're splitting the distance.
It's like a you go, I go type deal. Where if Marta and I were doing a mixed doubles division, she could start like 3, 2, 1, go in our heat. She could start on a bike. I'm just standing in front or behind her. We'll have it designated when it goes. I don't know what we're going to be doing right now, but you'll be standing next to your partner, and as soon as she wants to jump off, like she can go for like 10 seconds, she can go for 2 minutes, but whenever she wants to jump off, I jump back on. So you're trying to, as a partnership group, accumulate 2.75K for the mixed doubles on that. If it was women's division, it'd be 2.5K that you're trying to accumulate as a partner. So that potentially will be faster. Than like what an actual outdoor running would be.
Yeah, and again, I think more accessible to people who are worried about like the amount of volume overall is like you get to split that distance.
That's a really good point. Yeah, because in an actual HYROX, you have to run everything completely. And this one, you'll be splitting that. And again, we just could not figure out a way, like we'd have to have double the amount of bikes we have and borrow them from all over the gyms.
And you'd have to like somehow pace each other together, which would be weird.
Yeah. So it just made sense for us to go that route with this. So it will be quicker for the doubles divisions and less work for the doubles division. So if it's something that you've always been interested, but you don't want to do a full one, this is another great opportunity to jump in. With that being said, the sled pulls and sled pushes will be having just 2 stations available, which will make it actually better for people. If you've ever done one of our HYROXes before, you'll be able to pull a longer distance, less transitions, which is a lot of fun as well.
It's the same setup as the last race if you were there. So there'll be a rope already on either end of the sled, so there's no moving the ropes around, which is time consuming.
Correct. Set up in a sense of divisions. We will be having, I forget who's going first, but
Probably men.
yeah, it will be. You always want to start the potential faster people first. So I forget the actual order we'll go
Honestly,
through.
maybe doubles men's first,
Yeah.
because they'll probably go faster.
That's true.
And
Good
then
point.
singles.
Yeah. So we'll have all that out the week of the events, but signups are open now.
Yes.
Jump in, get registered. I know you're doing it.
I am doing it with a
I
member.
also plan on doing it, hopefully individually.
And like with all that being said, make sure that if you do sign up, keep an eye on your email the week leading up to it, because that is where you'll get information about what's happening that day.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, I didn't get any information about the race, and we've been sending them emails, but it's been going to spam, or they just don't ever check their emails because some people don't. So make sure you look for those things. Make sure you check spam, because that is where you will find information.
I also want to throw out there for those who are signed up or thinking about signing up. We will be doing the farmers carries outside because we
Yes.
couldn't find out. We just couldn't figure out a way to do a route inside that would make it simple for you all
Wear
to
your
figure out.
gloves.
So yeah, wear gloves or have a coat ready or a hat
Yeah.
ready. We'll have a door kind of propped open for us, depending on the weather. Who knows? Maybe we get 55.
It might be 60.
Yeah, maybe we get 60-degree weather, but maybe we have 10-degree weather. So. Yeah, everything else will be indoor except for the farmers carries, but I just want to kind of call that out
Yes.
from like a be prepared perspective, which again in the emails we'll have out there. So, anything we're missing? I'm pumped about it. I'm jazzed.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be different, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be like a lot of hard work, and
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. If you have any other questions we haven't addressed, just feel free to ask one of us, because we just want people to come out and have a good time doing it. I think the more people that are here, the more fun it will be. So
For sure.
yeah.
Cool. 3, 2, 1. Done.